Hi, Larry. Barry Jackson, Miami Herald. Welcome to South Florida. Obviously, you're skilled as a tackle. Guard is something you can play. There is a need on this roster. What have they said to you regarding guard and whether you'll get an opportunity there?
Hasn't been too much communication. I'm just excited just to get in the room and just help any way I can.
Do you see yourself as a tackle, a guard, or both?
I feel like I can do some of everything. So I mean, either or, whatever needed to help the team win.
Thanks.
Anyone else? Feel free to utilize the raise hand function or send me a message in the chat. Omar?
Sorry, it took me a minute. Not familiar with Zoom. So, Larry, how would you describe your journey since you joined the NFL and your early days in Chicago?
Um, it's been up and down. Got drafted to Chicago. First year, I think was a solid year. I mean, I came off an injury the first game. The second year, dipped a little bit. And then just been up and down, you know what I mean, from there. And I'm just excited to get somewhere and have a fresh start, get a clean plate.
And what did you like about the opportunity here in Miami?
Just everything, just from the top down, everything's in line. It's exciting.
We'll go Chris Perkins.
Hey, Larry, Chris Perkins from the South Florida Sun Sentinel. How you doing?
Pretty good. Nice to meet you.
I'm good. Okay. Hey, I'm working on a couple of things. One thing is guards being taller nowadays. You're 6'5". Why are guards able to play guard at that height nowadays? Is it the pass blocking skills from tackle translate? What do you have any thoughts on that?
Uh, Honestly, I feel like when from playing tackle, moving into guard, the pass pro gets more confined. So that's probably something to do with it. Just people evolving. Honestly, that's about it.
And then I'm doing something on draft night experiences. Tell me about your draft night experience. Was it good? Did you go where you thought you were going to go? What happened that night?
So honestly, me and my whole camp, we thought I was gonna go on day two. So that night ended. That was tough. But then day three, I mean, I didn't have any idea where I was gonna go.
And so did it were you thrilled or disappointed? What was the reaction when you actually got selected?
Oh, I was still excited. It's still a great opportunity. You know what I mean, it really doesn't matter where you go. As far as pick wise, you just gotta do something with it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, Larry.
Yeah. Also, I'm sorry if y'all hear my dog. He's being a crybaby right now.
Next, we'll go to Joe Shad.
Hey, Larry, it's Joe at the Palm Beach Post. Nice to meet you.
Same as well.
What kind of dog do you have, and what's your dog's name?
His name is Kane. He's a mutt. He's from the we got him out the shelter, so he's a mixed breed. He's some of everything.
His name is Kane, C-A-N-E,
Yeah.
or
K-A-N.
K-A-N-E. I would have
Yeah.
been better if it was C-A-N-E.
I know, it would have worked out.
Attention on UM Pro Day today. Hey, how do you feel your skill set aligns with the Dolphins scheme, the outside zone scheme?
I think it suits it well. That's something I ran in college. That's something we tried to do in Chicago. So I'm familiar with it. I feel like I can get things done in it.
I see that you went to Missouri, and this
Mhm.
youngster Armand Membu, he's in some of the Dolphins mock drafts as a tackle slash guard. Do you still watch Missouri football? Are you familiar with his game at all?
Not too familiar with his game. I've seen some of his what was it, the combine highlights, which were crazy. He's a really good player. I don't really know too many people at Mizzou since I've been gone, but I mean he's a really good player.
Welcome.
Appreciate it.
Next, we'll go to Barry Jackson.
Hi, Larry. I'd had one more for you. Have you had a chance to talk to Butch Barry yet? And what has he told you he likes about your game?
Had a good talk with him. We didn't really go too much into the game. We just kind of went over just, you know what I mean, just general stuff within the room and a lot of different things like that. I'm excited to work with him. Very excited.
And do you have any sense from the Dolphins, from Chris Greer, from anyone? I don't know if your agent Joe told you what they like about your game. Was that ever conveyed to you about what they what made them want to sign you?
Honestly, I don't have too much info on that. Just to be completely honest with you.
Thanks.
We'll go to Isaiah Smalls.
Nice to meet you. I can't really hear you too much.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Is this better? Is this a little bit better?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, cool. So apologize if, I apologize if I didn't ask this already. My audio wasn't working at first, but just, I saw that this was your first season kind of being a free agent. What was that process like? And, how did you end up, choosing the Dolphins? Why was the Dolphins?
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't hear anything.
Is this better? I'm gonna have to yell. No?
A little bit. All
right. So just what was I know you were a first time free agent this offseason. What was that process like? Just having the freedom to kind of choose where you wanted to play.
Honestly, it was kind of crazy because it was just different. I've never had to deal with that. Coming off my rookie contract, it was eye opening to a sense, and then it was just a lot to process. It was a very hectic.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we'll go to Chris Perkins next.
Hey, Larry, one more from me. If I'm not mistaken, you were with James Daniels your rookie year in Chicago.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can tell us about James, his playing style, personality-wise, anything?
Oh, man, he's a great dude. He helped me out a ton my rookie year. Played next to him on the right side, and he's everything you want out of a teammate. He's a great player, and just everything.
Yeah. Sense of humor, serious guy. Can you tell us anything?
Oh no, he's a goofball. He's a jokester.
What's going on? Isaiah Smalls from the Miami Herald. How are you?
How you doing, Isaiah? Nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you as well. Just generally speaking, why Miami? What attracted you to Miami, and what were some of your first impressions of Coach McDaniel?
The opportunity kind of attracted me, man. What they say, sometimes beggars can't be choosers. Not just Oh man, that's hilarious. He's an offensive-minded guy, played for a defensive-minded coach last year and the last couple of years. So it's kind of a different ball game when you're when the head man is a defensive guy. So as an offensive guy, you want an offensive-minded guy to be running the show. So that's exciting. First time meeting coach, very smart. You can tell that he loves ball and knows a lot of ball, and I'm excited to be able to learn from him.
Appreciate it.
Joe Shad.
Hey, Pharaoh, it's Joe from the Palm Beach Post. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Joe.
All right, so the Dolphins need to improve their run game, and in order to do that, they need run blocking help from the tight ends and receivers. What have you been told about that? What have you seen on film? What's your plan to help in that area?
I haven't been told anything as far as from that area. I think everybody around the league right now is trying to be better at running the ball after the show that Saquon put on last year. And when you look around all these teams that was, in those big games where everybody wanted to be, they had a great run game. So I think that's an emphasis around the whole league. And me being good at blocking and good blocking tight end, I think it's going to be a collective of the O-line, the receivers, the tight ends, the fullbacks. I mean, running the ball is one of those things that's so cool because it takes the whole collective to get done. And once it's done, it's kind of like a beauty, So so I'm just ready to obviously learn the new offense and get in tuned and be able to help wherever I'm plugged at.
Have you always liked physical contact, even going back to Pee Wee? Did you hit people, or did you like play quarterback or something?
Hey, quarterbacks was just soft. I guess that was the key. You just play quarterback. You were soft, man. When I was coming up, all the drills that I was brought up in playing football is all banned now. You know, nutcracker, bull in the ring. Like we was really playing ball. You know, I remember, being young and I'm in the middle of the ring and guys running at you. And you got to come meet them, and you know what I mean. It's kind of like a fight, like. In the backyard, it's like, you're gonna run and meet him. If you don't even run and meet him, you hitting them just not good enough. You got to go run and meet that contact. So that's kind of like how I was brought up. So that was just always football. So uh, I guess it didn't matter if you played quarterback either. You know what I mean? The quarterback was getting in there where I played at. So yeah, but that's all banned now. So some people might not know it. A lot of people might not know what I'm talking about. No, this is some kind of stuff you don't want to try at home.
Yeah, I'm old enough to remember Oklahoma drill.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
all right, nice to meet you.
Chris Perkins.
Hey, what's up, Pharaoh? Chris Perkins from the South Florida Sun Sentinel. How you doing?
How you doing, Chris?
I'm good. I'm good. So that leads perfectly into what I was going to ask you about, and it's physicality and mentality. You being a blocking tight end, it's kind of inherent in that title and that job. You have to be physical. You have to be aggressive. How do you impart that physicality and aggression onto your teammates? Do you talk to them? Do you do it by example? How do you impart that to your teammates?
I mean, I never go out and just think like, oh, I got to impart this and you know what I mean? Everybody has a strong suit, and it's different ways to skin a cat, right? Some people may do it more finesse, and some people may do it more physical, but I just try to, when I'm helping teammates, I'm just trying to help them wherever they at. I've been in a lot of different situations, been in a lot of offenses, you know what I mean, had to do a lot of different things. When I was at Oregon, I wasn't a blocking tight end. You know what I mean? I was undrafted, so I had to find a niche to be able to stay in the league. You know what I mean? Because when you undrafted, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, paying you to come catch no balls. That's down the line. That's like being saying you undrafted, but you're gonna be the scorer on basketball. Like, nah, bro, you better get these rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Play some defense or something. You gotta be kidding me. You ain't about to take no three. So that's just kind of how I was able to find my niche to make a career out of this thing. And I just try to help all my teammates in whatever way I can. But you know, I'm not out. I'm not set out to, I got to make this team more physical. Like, I think energy feeds off of energy, right? So, once they see it and the momentum and just the energy, I think you kind of see that in teams. So, hopefully, it can be infectious.
And the other part of that is, this is a team that has been accused of being soft, and they need to be more physical, more aggressive. And one of the aspects of that is that they supposedly can't play in cold weather. You were raised, Cleveland, I guess? You played in cold weather cities. Is there anything to that? Is there a difference in playing in cold weather than warm weather? And can a team be not good at playing in cold weather?
I mean, I'm not sure who they is who giving all this information, or, like people soft in the cold weather. I haven't seen or been a part of that, but I mean, no matter where you from or where you playing at, I grew up playing there, but it's cold, I'm cold. It ain't like I ain't getting cold. Like, it's cold out there. It's cold out there, boy. 30 degrees is 30 degrees. It don't matter if you know what I'm saying, that negative wind chill get to kicking. I don't care if you live there your whole life, bro. You're gonna be bundled up, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's actually harder to play in the heat, if I'm being honest with you, because everybody's not adjusted to that humidity and stuff like that. So I mean, the cold is cold for everybody, and I don't think I'm not a believer in, like, you are who you are, you know what I mean? And people is who people is. And it's not like something like, oh, I'm gonna make you tougher, or you gotta go play in this freezing weather to be tougher. Like, some games you just might not win that game, or some games, you know what I mean? It's just not, you didn't handle the weather that good. Buffalo lost games in Buffalo when it was snowing to teams that wasn't from the snow. You know what I mean? Like, all these northern teams would be undefeated if it was, you know what I mean, if that was the case, I should say.
Got you. Yep. Thanks, Pharaoh.
Thank you.
And we'll close it out here with Barry Jackson.
Hi, Pharaoh. Just to ask you more about what you mentioned about you had to find a niche to stay in the league. Did it occur to you then early in your career, I need to become an elite inline blocker? And what coaches helped you develop that skill?
It never occurred to me. It just happened. I always blocked, but like once you get to the league, you kind of get pigeonholed and boxed in into a certain, you know, category of what you can and can't do. And my whole career, you know, I was always trying to prove and that I could do both, that I could do more, you know what I mean? Because I never was really just given my fair shot and fair opportunity. And just going through a lot of like self-reflecting and just trying to clear the resentment and things that I had mentally and going on with me is just like, you know what? Like, I'm already a Hall of Famer, you know what I mean? Like, I've changed my family's life, my neighborhood. Like, I'm a Hall of Famer when it comes to this Brown family. And for me, that's all that counted. So now it's like I've made a career out of this thing by doing this. So now I'm like, I'm going to lean into this and I'm going to be the best wide tight end, the best blocker, the best pass blocking guy. You know what I mean? And the ball come to me, I do what I do when I get it. Like that's how it's always been. But now it's just like just leaning into that and knowing that I'm enough and just, you know, it's a lot of things from when you're younger to I'm older now that really matters. You know what I mean? So now I want to be elite and I haven't felt like I put my full self together yet. And I haven't put my best is still out there, so I'm just excited to keep working and really go out there and show the whole world and myself more importantly.
Hey Zach, this is Marcel Louis-Jacques with ESPN. How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. Sorry, I turned the camera on, but I'm driving right now, trying to be safe as possible. But
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
So for starters, what is it that interested you in this job in Miami, this role, this position with the Dolphins?
Yeah, I mean, what's not to like, right? Extremely explosive offense, and I think they do a great job. And it starts from Coach McDaniels and goes all the way down. Um, I'd just say the offensive staff as a whole has done a great job, and um, you've seen how Tua's development has gone too since he's been there, and I think I'm just excited to be with those guys.
And if I can follow up, what is it that you think that you've learned over the past however many months it's been since you left the Jets? Like, what did you learn from your time at Denver?
Yeah, a ton. I mean, just processing in the NFL, just pocket awareness, the ability to kind of progress more smoothly through my progressions and get the ball to my hands, and just maybe my understanding of the game. I feel like has just increasingly gotten better since my first year in the league.
Appreciate it, Zach. Thanks. Welcome
Yeah.
to Miami.
Thank you.
Go to Isaiah.
What's going on, Zach? Isaiah Smalls from the Miami Herald. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I just wanted to ask, you mentioned McDaniel in the role that he kind of plays here. I just wanted to know, like, what were your early impressions of Coach McDaniel, and how big of a sell was just his personality in getting you here?
Yeah, I think just extremely raw. His ability to just be, completely himself every single day is I think what you want in a coach, and somebody that, is going to give you exactly the same guy every single day. And obviously he's a phenomenal coach and shows how much he cares and invests in you. And so those are some of the qualities I'm just the most excited for.
Cool. Thank you so much. Welcome to Miami.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mark.
Hey Zach, it's Mark Starth with the Miami Times. Welcome to Miami.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Just more so a question. I want to know, do you embrace the journeyman label, or do you view your career in a different way, or like?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to view it differently. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with being a journeyman, but I still believe I can be a starter in this league whenever that opportunity comes. And so I'm just trying to put myself in the best situation with the best team and coaches, and um, do the absolute best that I can. And then, hopefully at some point you can get that opportunity to show what you can do.
I do have a follow-up. What's been the most challenging part with free agency for you?
Yeah, the most challenging part is you never know, what any situation's going to be like. From an outside perspective, you always know what looks good from the outside, but you never know till you really get there. And so it's just trusting in the process and picking a spot that you feel the most comfortable in and trying to make the most of it.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Mike Cunha.
What's up, Zach? Welcome to Miami. Mike Cunha from CBS Miami. You mentioned Tua's development here in Miami under head coach Mike McDaniel. Is there an aspect of your game that you're hoping to develop or improve upon from what you've seen that McDaniel has done for Tua?
Yeah, I mean, we all saw how his first couple of years went. That I, don't necessarily think all on Tua, of course. And you've seen what the ability to get people that believe in you and a staff that you know makes everything else around him better. And he's played at an extremely high level. And so I don't think that's ever anything bad to be around or to see and learn from.
Chris.
Hey, Zach, Chris Perkins from the South Florida Sun Sentinel. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, I've got a couple of questions about your role as Tua's backup. Number one, sometimes when you enter the game as a backup, it's a stressful situation. The quarterback has just been injured. Everybody's looking around at the huddle for leadership. When you enter that huddle as a backup quarterback, is it any different than entering that huddle as, say, a backup left tackle or a backup running back? Is there, I mean, at the risk of asking a dumb question, is there more pressure on you in that situation than other players?
I don't know if it's pressure. I mean, luckily I've played in a lot of games in the NFL so far. And so it's just the ability to step in and make the offense feel like nothing's changed. From a leadership standpoint, just command of the huddle, getting guys the information they need on each and every play and kind of just that, not skipping a beat kind of mentality going in there that everyone feels comfortable that they're able to completely do exactly what they've been doing.
And then my second question, you talked about, you still feel that you're a starter in this league. Proving that, what do you have to do this year to prove that? And will you feel, I guess, urgency when you get in the game to prove that you're still a starter in this league?
I think it just starts every single day in practice, just the ability to show improvement, but also go out there and just be consistent in my play, being accurate, getting the ball out of my hands, and then just taking it literally one day at a time. And if that opportunity comes in the field, early in preseason, whatever it is, just taking advantage of that opportunity and doing exactly what I hope to be doing through spring training and also training camp.
All right. Thanks, Zach.
Thank you.
Joe.
Hey, Zach, it's Joe from the Palm Beach Post. Nice to meet you.
You as well.
Hey, a few minutes ago, you spoke about some of the areas on field in which you have worked, processing, pocket awareness, etc. What have you learned you need to do or you believe you can do better or differently off the field?
Yeah, off the field, I mean, I felt like Denver was a good opportunity for me to kind of lay the stresses of being an NFL quarterback and just trying to be perfect every day to spending more time with the guys in the locker room and growing that bond, I think is always important and just enjoying every single day of being there. So I think that's always an important aspect. And then it carries on to the field of you just being more comfortable.
Hi, Nick. Barry Jackson, Miami Herald. Good to have you in South Florida. The idea of you and Tyreek and Waddle and Jonnu Smith on the field at the same time is pretty exciting. What do you think having them with you on the field will allow you to do, even with all you accomplished for the Titans last year?
Hi, Barry. Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a great opportunity. Bunch of weapons, bunch of speed. So yeah, I'm just excited to find my role within there and try to find out, the best way to operate. Got a little bit of history with Jonnu, played with him for a season here in Tennessee. And yeah, so I'm super excited. I really can't stress that enough.
And what has Coach McDaniel told you about a role or what he likes in your game?
Yeah, a big body and use what God gave me there. And then just being that guy to, take advantage of the opportunities on the field that present themselves, whether it's mismatches, whatnot. You got a lot of weapons around me, and finding, open areas, being physical. I'm excited to see, you know, the all the different ways that he plans on kind of game planning and scheming stuff up, because I know he's got some great ideas.
Thanks, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah.
What's going on, Nick? Isaiah Smalls from the Miami Herald. Welcome to Miami.
Thank you.
We all saw how explosive the Dolphins offense was in 2023. It took a bit of a step back last year. You know, what will it take to get it back to the 2023 version in 2025?
I mean, I guess I'll learn more, kind of, you know, how the offense works and kind of, you know, guys and their roles within it. But I think, you know, with any great offense, it's buy-in by everybody, not one guy, you know, doing too much, whatever it is, but just buy-in by everybody accepting their role. When I've been in successful offenses, that's what I've seen, is everybody just playing their part. And, you know, one game, one dude might shine, the other game, another dude might shine. But just everybody playing their part and playing their role into making the chains move and getting in the end zone.
And if I can just ask a quick follow-up, you know, what were your, you know, first impressions of Coach Mike McDaniel?
Yeah, he was fired up. The first thing I just remember was just the energy that he had when I shook his hand, dapped him up. It was really cool. It was awesome just to feel wanted like that. And yeah, so he was fired up. I can't wait to see what that looks like going forward in meetings and practice and in the games.
Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Joe.
Hey, Nick, it's Joe with the Palm Beach Post. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My first full-time sports writing job was 1998. You were one. I covered Lake Mary High School for the Orlando Sentinel.
There we go.
Was the Orlando Sentinel nice to you in their high school coverage?
Yeah. Orlando Sentinel was very kind to me in the high school coverage. Those are some good days.
I can't believe you were one. That makes me feel very old. Hey, listen, we need the wide receiver blocking to be better this year. Otherwise, the run game is not going to improve. The wide receivers are a key element in this run scheme.
Mm-hmm.
What is your approach to that?
Yeah. It's a gritty game. I feel like wide receiver blocking, you just got to get dirty. You got to find a way to make it work. It's not going to look pretty half the time. You know, you got really athletic DBs, safeties, linebackers, DNs sometimes, and just find a way to get a piece of them at the right time so the back can get through. So yeah, that's something I'm excited to do. I've always enjoyed that, you know, blocking and as a receiver. I feel like it's a lost art. And I've luckily been coached pretty well in the last few years about it and how to get it done.
It's the Lake Mary Rams.
Yep, Lake Mary Rams.
Were they good when you were there?
Yeah, we were decent. We were decent. We got knocked out like second round, back-to-back years, which was tough. Same team that knocked us out, but yeah, we were decent. We made a run.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Chris.
Hey, what's up, Nick? Chris Perkins, South Florida Sun Sentinel. How you doing?
Doing well, Chris. Thank you.
All right. Hey, I got a couple of things for you. The first thing is, you know, you mentioned physical and big body. What does that look like on the field when you're playing in the red zone, blocking, when you're going up for a ball? What are you doing? How are you living out that physicality?
Yeah, I mean, blocking, it's just, you know, using that to my advantage. A lot of times I can use that to, you know, maybe block a DN, block a linebacker when it's needed. I feel like sometimes they might be a little surprised that the receiver's in there trying to block them. But then, you know, in the passing game, it's just, maybe it's not creating separation all the time, but it's in a way it does, you know, like boxing somebody out for a jump ball, or just position yourself so that you can make the catch on third down and move the chains. There's a lot of different ways. I probably don't think about it presently, you know, in the moment as much, but, you know, I can go back and watch the tape and be like, okay, well, you know, I can use my body here a little bit better to position myself better.
Got you. Hey, the other thing is I'm asking guys about their draft day experiences with the draft, you know, roughly a month away. You were undrafted. Tell me about your draft night experience. Were you disappointed? Were you expecting to get picked? What were you hearing? What was that whole experience like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't, you know, first day, second day, I wasn't really expecting anything. I had realistic expectations just from my agent and whatnot. Was hoping, for, maybe a late round to find a way onto a team. But I wouldn't wish it any other way, or else I wouldn't be sitting here with y'all right now. So yeah, I mean, I was a little disappointed after it all played out. You see names, you see guys that you can compare yourself to, and it's real easy to be like, well, I feel like I'm better than him. But like I said, like I wouldn't change it for a thing, because I'm really blessed to be sitting here talking to y'all right now.
As you're watching those names go off the board, is there anger, frustration, motivation? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, frustration for sure. And then I feel like after it's all said and done, once I did end up signing as an undrafted guy, the motivation was probably the biggest emotion being felt.